Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of FM18 Sunderland. Today we've got the final two fixtures in the Premier League to finish off Season 5 in charge of Sunderland. Now of course the league table looks like this. We are 2 points behind Manchester United with 2 games to go. They have a 7-goal advantage in goal difference on us. So really a draw from them isn't enough. We need them to lose one of these 2 games and for us to beat both of ours. In terms of their schedule, they have Liverpool away from home, which is the match that I'm hoping can change the tide of this season, and an away game against Wolves to finish the season off. Whereas we have Bournemouth away from home in our first fixture and Liverpool away from home in the final fixture. So Liverpool have their hand in deciding who wins the Premier League title. So this is how we're going to line up against Bournemouth. We'll have Reykjavik in goal, Pfeiffer, Diaz, Montez at centre back, Narola and Tierney as our wing backs, Guendouzi and Johnson as our central midfielders, Cabrera and Moise Kean on the wings, and Lincoln up top. So now we know it's crunch time. I've got the latest scores and the league tables up on the screen so we can see what's happening in the other games. We kick off against Bournemouth. We are shooting from left to right, knowing only a victory will keep us in the title challenge. Highlight now. Bournemouth have got the ball quite deep, but Tierney manages to intercept. Lincoln's now got it on this left-hand side to Johnson. He finds Guendouzi, who finds Cabrera, but it's cleared. It's back with Moise Kean up top, and it's cleared again. Bournemouth can break now. Sanabria, he's took on one, and he's took the strike, but it wasn't good enough. 25 minutes in, it's still 0-0 with us, and Manchester United have just taken the lead against Liverpool. That is not a good sign. Highlight now, Reykjavik plays it out to Pfeiffer on this right hand side. Narola gives it away to Bournemouth very cheaply. Lewis Cook's got it in the central. Good challenge from Guendouzi, wins the ball back. Cabrera's got it on this right hand side now. Cabrera plays down the ball to Narola on this right wing. He gets the ball in, Lincoln doesn't finish. That's it, half time. I want to tell the boys I'm not happy with what I've just seen. They look fired up. Let's hope they actually are. Liverpool in the 60th minute have just equalised against Manchester United. We need to win this game, lads. Get a move on. We haven't even had a shot on target yet. They're really playing disappointingly. But we'll pick up this highlight with Guendouzi in the centre to Lincoln. Gets dispossessed, but it's back with Guendouzi. He gets dispossessed. Oh, well, lads, man, what you doing? Sanabria now, he's through for Bournemouth. He plays it back to Pineda, and that's 1-0 Bournemouth. We're getting beat. We've got our opportunity now. Liverpool are drawn with Manchester United, and we're just throwing it away. 18 minutes to go. Johnson's got the ball. Guendouzi on the edge of the box. Back to Cabrera. Gets dispossessed again. This is disappointing. Pfeiffer, Narola on this right hand side, gets the ball in, falls to nobody. Johnson falls to nobody. Moise Kean's now got it on this left hand side to Guendouzi, to Cabrera. Got it now to Johnson. Back to Moise Kean on this left hand side. Guendouzi's got it, plays it up to Lincoln, to Cabrera. Back to Guendouzi. Find the gaps. Cabrera's there, crosses the ball in. Moise Kean gets his goal. We're back level. It's still not enough. As you can see here, Lincoln plays it to Cabrera, who finds the overlap from, well, he plays back to Guendouzi, who finds the overlap. Cabrera knocks it in. Moise Kean heads. It's 1-1. Got to make some changes. Lincoln's coming off for Maximiliano Sergo. Duncan Watmore's going to get himself a game, and Phil Foden's coming on for Harley Johnson. Manchester United have took the lead against Liverpool in the 80th minute through Dybala. That's pretty much that for the end of our title challenge. Bournemouth held us to a draw. They played well. We played poorly. And Man United have clinched the title with that result. Here we're going to finish second. Overall a disappointing season actually. I honestly thought we would get closer to the title. At least take it down to the last game against Liverpool. I'm not going to live com that this time because it literally means nothing. I'll quickly play that match, then we'll have a quick look at some of the attributes from some of our younger lads and see who's performed well this season. The final game of this season was against Liverpool and we got stuffed 2-0. We were never in this game really. Dominated. Didn't create enough chances. I did sort of pick a more rotated side for the end of the season, give the boys who I want to improve some game time. But I believe that's the double Liverpool's done over us now. So it brings a bit of a sour end to the season. We'll see some awards are starting to come in. Matteo Guendouzi won Young English Players of the Year award. I'll congratulate him on that. He had a good season. Reykjavik again comes second in the Golden Glove. Some of the promises that I made in the early season to keep people here look to be coming back on my face. He's unhappy at the failure to develop young players. Every single one of them's unhappy about it. I'm going to have to do some serious management here. So we're at the end of season awards. Let's take a look. Moise Kean won Fans Player of the Year with a massive 64% of the vote, and to be fair to him, he very well deserved it. Goal of the season was Mamadou Koulibaly against Plymouth. Let's take a look. As you can see, Cabrera takes a corner It's cleared to the edge of the box and Koulibaly strikes it first time. What an absolutely fantastic goal. Pfeiffer got signing of the season. This is our young wonder kid. He's 20 years old now. Absolutely fantastic centre-half. Literally one of the best players I've ever signed on any FM. Averages 7.15 over 34 games. Can't complain. Our season in review. So we lost in the semi-finals of the Champions League. We were runner-up in the Premier League. And we were runner-up in the Carabao Cup. Got knocked out of the FA Cup in the 4th round by West Ham. A lot of runner-ups there. So we'll take a look at the squad and some of the better performers from the season. Best performance of the season, easily Moise Kean. Got himself 17 goals in 32 games with 9 assists in the Premier League. And that's 28 goals in 48 games with 13 assists in all competitions. Just a thoroughly professional season from Moise Kean. He definitely picked up the pace compared to last. Phil Foden, another one with a great season this season. Actually, I was considering not having him as a starter this season, but he's very much made the position he's on. He does have a problem with injuries. He picks up little knocks here and there, but he's English. He played 17 times in the Premier League with 11 substitute appearances, got himself 2 goals and 5 assists with a 7.3 average rating, which is great for a central midfielder in our sort of system. Cesar Montes performed the best of our centre-backs, 26 games in the Premier League, 7.08 average rating in that, but a 7.23 average rating in all competitions in 42 appearances. He managed to get himself 7 goals. He does take a penalty every now and then, and he was one of the ones who capitalised on corners quite often. Now, I imagine I'm going to get offers in the summer for this guy, and I will be considering them. He's maximised his potential. He's 25 years old now. We could probably make a lot of money, but I've got to find the right place to replace. Enzo Cabrera is another one. 42 appearances over the season, 12 goals, 11 assists, and a 7.18 average rating. He's another one who might make his way out of the Stadium of Light this summer if I get sufficient offers. That right wing position is an area where I think we are quite weak. I could be promoting maybe one of the younger boys from the under-23s who's got plenty of potential, but we'll see how the summer goes. Ruben Diaz played 52 times in all competitions, got himself a 7.18 average rating. Another one who's going to have massive interest in him in the summer. He was one of the players who was kicking up a big fuss about us not improving our young players, so he might be another one who leaves in the summer. Lincoln had a quieter season this season, 36 games, 20 goals, 7.13 average rating through all competitions. If we can see, comparing that from last season, he played 47 games, 38 goals with 7.43, so it's definitely been a worse season from him. I think part of that contribution is my wanting to get Maximiliano Sugo as much game time as possible, but still, in the game time he got, he was underwhelming. Mamadou Koulibaly found himself on the fringes this season, started 19 games and 13 sub-appearances in all competitions. He actually played the similar amount of games as he did last season, so he hasn't kicked up a fuss about first-time football or anything. So unless a huge offer comes in, he'll probably still be here next season. Mateo Rios, one of our wonder kid centre-backs, 22 games in all competitions with 4 substitute appearances, getting himself a 7.11 average rating. He did play a lot more last season, but with Oscar Pfeiffer coming in, it would have been tougher to get this boy more game time, but if he continues to improve, he might find himself in the first 11 next season. Guendouzi, one of our star men, 49 games in all competitions, 4 goals and 4 assists with a 7.11 average rating. He's having a lot of interest from particularly Bayern Munich, so I might have a hard time keeping him on the books, but I hope he can stay. He's improved a lot. He was obviously a signing in our second season for a free, but if he does leave, I've already made plans to replace. Rajkovic, another good player, 57 games this season, conceded 35 goals, 31 clean sheets. Is absolutely brilliant for a goalkeeper, really, averaging a 7.04. So he's improved from last season, definitely. Larola found himself pretty much our starting right wing back this season, played 37 games and 6 substitute appearances in all competitions. Got himself 9 assists, averaged a 7.03. Again, right wing back might be an area where I look to improve. Francisco Trincao had another season where he was struggling with injuries. His potential has went down to 3 stars. He started 23 games this season, 13 substitute appearances, 7 goals and 8 assists, averaging a 6.99. You know, you kind of complain with the lad. He's still young, he's still got a bit to improve, but I think he's going to be a backup player next year. Maximiliano Sugo has improved a lot over this season. He started 19 games and got himself 23 substitute appearances in all competitions, scoring 12 goals and 8 assists and averaging a 7. He'll be another one who stays in the squad, probably not as a starter, but we'll try and get him as much game time as humanly possible. Kieran Tierney is another one. Started 35 games in all competitions, 4 assists, 6.97 average rating. I was expecting a bit more from him. He's had a season to settle in. I need these wing backs to really start improving their game and getting us the average ratings over the season. Harley Johnson, our young English wonder kid, his potential has been decreased quite significantly this season. He started 18 games and got 25 substitute appearances in all competitions, scoring 3 goals and getting 2 assists in that time with a 7.02 average rating. Again, he'll be on the periphery of the squad again. Try and get him as much game time as possible. I'm not going to sell him purely because he's English. Milagres, our left wing backup, started 23 games and 14 substitute appearances in all competitions, averaging a 6.95. I expect this guy to make the left wing back position his own in next season. So I look forward to seeing him improve in the future. He's still got 5-star potential. Christiansen started 22 games, 12 substitute appearances in all competitions this season with an average rating of 6.92. He's found himself being back up to Larola a lot this season. If I do bring in a starter right wing back, he might be one of the players who I look to sell on in the summer. And last but not least, Duncan Watmore started 16 games this season, got himself on the pitch 9 times as a substitute. 2 goals and 11 assists in that time with an average rating of 7.34. I've actually let Duncan Watmore down a lot this season, I think. Based on his average rating compared to some of our other wingers, I could have given him more game time, but he doesn't have the stats that the other boys have. He is wanted by Watford. He was wanted by numerous clubs at the time. He is transfer listed, so we might see Duncan Watmore leave in the summer, which will be a heartbreaking time. So looking ahead to next season, there could be some big changes in the squad. We've got a lot of people who are unhappy with how things went this season, so we might see some big changes. If I can hang on to them, I will, because selling them will definitely make us a weaker team in general. So if you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. If you're enjoying my content, why not get yourself subscribed? So the next time I see you will be the start of our 6th season, and we will review the summer transfer window. But until next time, take it easy.